Today's episode is sponsored by Kith and Kin Travels. Dina at Kinship Vacations helps geeky families plan vacations all over the world. She takes the stress out of traveling by doing things like booking your flight, handling your hotel, planning guided tours and dining reservations, and everything you need to have a great vacation. She also understands traveling with kids, so if you're planning a vacation with a family, you definitely want someone like Dina in your corner to make sure everything runs smoothly. To book your next vacation with Dina, head to kithandkintravels.com and follow Kith and Kin Travels online. Before the episode, we wanted to thank our Patreon supporters of the week. So thank you Victoria, Diana, Rhiannon, Nicole, Danielle, Pamela, Kelsey, Kelly, Grace, and Ellen. We really appreciate your support and helping us do all the things that we're doing, including this podcast. And if you'd like to join them, you can head to patreon.com/sartorialgeek and check out all of the cool rewards over there. And for those of you who are heading to San Diego Comic-Con this year, we'll be announcing our panel schedule soon. So follow Sartorial Geek for the latest details on that. Hey, welcome to the Sartorial Geek podcast. I'm Jordan Ellis of Jordan and Janae, and I'm here with Liz Crowder-Srota.
What's up?
So I don't know if this is exactly going to be a recommendations episode, but
yes, it
probably will end up. I was going to say we just kind of recommend things constantly, even if we're not being asked.
Even if you don't want us to, we shout recommendations into your face.
But the thing we wanted to talk about today is that I guess this was 2 weeks ago, Liz found out that I had never seen Ugly Betty.
Yeah, like what?
Yeah, so you maybe watched the first episode.
I did.
I right before the end.
Her to the couch and was like, this is what we're doing now. You were actually trying to get me to watch What We Do in the Shadows, and I was like, fuck that. Watch Ugly Betty.
You will be happy when you watch that too. I promise. I promise.
But this seemed more important.
I mean, this is definitely more overdue. Like, What We Do in the Shadows just came out. This is... When did it come out? Like 2006?
We were in college.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
It probably came out like right when we started school.
I think so. Like 07, 08 maybe?
Maybe that's why I didn't watch it, because I didn't have a TV.
Okay, girl, neither did I.
Oh, yeah. Right.
So that's not a good excuse, because I've seen every episode.
Well, it's on Hulu, so yes. Thank you, Hulu, for having this. I watched...
And Liz for telling Jordan about it.
And Liz, I couldn't stop for even 1 second. Like, I watched it on, like, the train home from Philly. I watched it every day and night since then. I still have a season left, because they're, like, really long seasons. They're, like...
Yeah, they're pretty long.
A bunch of episodes, like, over, like, 20 or something.
And I do think it got canceled, so...
Is there an abrupt ending?
No, I think that it makes sense.
Okay. So we're not going to talk about the end.
Yeah.
So if anyone, like, also hasn't seen it and you want to... Don't worry, we're not going to spoil it.
Also, guys, don't spoil this 10-year-old show for Jordan. Because she doesn't know how it ends. Even though it ended a decade ago.
I know. It was really crazy. I was looking it up. I think I was actually on IMDb, because there are different actors. And I was like, who is this person? They look familiar. And I was like, oh my God, the show ended, like a decade ago.
It's like 2010.
It's so crazy.
It's 2010. Yeah. So,
but I love it, and I posted. We were talking about it on Instagram earlier, and I think there were more comments than like maybe anything else we've ever posted. Which was
David
hilarious.
Tennant, Michael Sheen post.
Oh yeah,
got a lot of comments.
So we can tell what you all like. It's the same things that we like. But one of them is clearly Ugly Betty, which I am all about. But also, like, it is a perfect... So, I think
it's a perfect what, though?
Well, it's a perfect... It's perfect for what the magazine and blog do, but it's also kind of perfect for me. Like, it's so weird that this 10-year-old show happened at, like, literally the perfect time. So we've talked about this on the podcast before. Liz is like my stylist, but she's not actually paid to be my full-time stylist,
no,
unfortunately.
I'm not
I wish.
paid for a lot of shit I do for us.
I know. So like, if you were actually styling me every day, I wouldn't have any of these problems. But unfortunately, you live your own life. We don't live near each other.
It's too bad, isn't it? Oh, it's unfortunate.
So, we've been okay, I am like a grown adult. I technically run like a fashion company, which
you
is
do.
goofy.
You can say it.
Well, thankfully it's like everyday fashion instead of like high fashion. So I'm not like designing or things like that.
Yeah,
but
I'm
it's
not
still
high fashion either.
Yeah,
everyday fashion is like my happy place.
Well, total same. Like I can't even think about anything. Like that is hard for me. So I can't even imagine doing anything.
It's hard for you to think is what you're telling them.
Yeah, like even just getting dressed every day is not an easy part of my process.
Oh, honey.
So, yeah, well, so Liz and I have been talking. I mean, we've had the magazine for like a year and a half. Actually, basically exactly a year and a half.
Yeah.
And so me just not really knowing a lot about fashion is sort of not great for my life and for the things I do for a living. both of those are good reasons to be better at this. So it's been sort of like, it's been on my like New Year's resolutions every year to like pay more attention, read more about fashion, like care more.
And give a shit.
I haven't succeeded yet. And then something about like that being in the back of my head, us doing this type of thing with Sartorial Geek, and then Ugly Betty was just like the last. It was not the last straw in a bad way. What's the last straw in like a positive way? Like it was like the final thing that made me be like, this is what I'm doing.
I feel like you can say final straw.
A positive final straw. In
a positive way. I think that the context will tell you whether it's a positive or negative final straw. Well, so I think that's all encompassing.
In an act of being the positive final straw.
The words are just not flowing today.
Ugly Betty just happened at this time where like, okay, so if anyone hasn't seen it, why don't you give a brief overview of like what, like if anyone has no idea what the show is, which would be hard to do, but
you didn't. So
yeah, I knew ish. Like I was like, I know I've seen the posters.
Yeah,
and I get a vibe, but I didn't really know what the show was about.
Okay. So Ugly Betty is about a character named, wait for it, Betty. Her name is Betty Suarez, and she's got zero fashion skills at all, but she gets a job. She's a really good writer, and she gets a job at a fancy fashion magazine, not because she's a good writer or because she's pretty or fashionable, but because the guy who runs the magazine, I think he runs it, he has a son who's just like known for getting into trouble with women and like sleeping with the secretaries, and he's like, oh, her, he definitely won't sleep with her.
I know,
and that's
so sad.
The premise. I mean, it makes sense.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
She like doesn't, she's like a sweetheart and a very talented writer, but she doesn't look like his normal like girlfriend. I use the term girlfriend loosely.
Right. She's also such, I mean, I guess you don't know this right at the beginning, but she's such like a no bullshit person. Like she would never sleep with her boss. You know what I mean? Like she wouldn't even, besides the way she looks, like her personality, I feel like she would never mix.
So like, but the dad who hires her does not know that. He just knows that his son won't go for it.
Yeah.
In his head, he's like, oh, this is not his demographic.
Yeah.
And so he hires her, and then the show is just like how that all plays out.
And it's so great because it's not a makeover show. Like, it's not like she
gets into the fashion world and then like works there for a couple months and then like changes to conform to the way other people expect her to be. Like she definitely grows, but I like that the show, like she does it on her own terms. Like she has moments where she's like, oh, fashion isn't stupid. Okay. I like care about this thing a little bit more now. Or like she gets older. I just watched an episode where she was like, she was in charge of the office for a day and she was trying to be in charge. So she wears all black and her family is like, oh my God, like excellent work. And they have this whole scene because her nephew is super, super fashionable and like incredible and always is giving her tips / telling her what she's doing
and she's got like a super traditionally attractive sister.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
So the best part though is she's wearing this like, I wouldn't say it's a sleek black outfit, but it is more along the lines of what you would expect than she's ever worn before. And so then she like leaves the kitchen to go to work, and on the back of her dress is this like neon pink and green bow, and they're like, oh God, you're so close.
But that's her full vibe, is like
totally
loud patterns and bright colors and like chunky statement necklaces that she stole from her grandma, or it looks like she, like, there are so many pearls on that necklace. I can't. Yeah, I cannot.
So many.
And they're like big. They're not small pearls.
Yeah.
They're very large.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. She has the opposite. So like she has a very, very opposite fashion vibe than I do, where like when I don't know what I'm doing, instead of being super loud and like mixing things that look insane together, I do the opposite, where I take like no risks, and it's like a t-shirt.
I will say that's also probably cultural too.
Oh yeah.
Because she is she Mexican American?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's they're like playing up her culture a bit too, which makes sense. Like that is very fitting.
Totally.
Like all of her clothes and all of her colors and all of her patterns like fit that. It kind of looks like the house that she's living in, honestly.
That was when you started talking. I was thinking about that too. Like, I mean, it is still a TV show, and it is sort of, it's like telenovela-y at times. Like it is overly dramatic. Well, it is because
it was adapted from a Colombian telenovela.
Yeah, so it's not like completely extreme like that. Like it's not like you know what I mean? Like it isn't the same as watching. Like I feel like Jane the Virgin is very
Jane the Virgin
dramatic.
It is dramatic because they play up the whole point of that is to just play up that telenovela trope, and it's very like on the nose, and they know exactly what they're doing. If they were doing it in a way that wasn't so self-aware, Jane the Virgin would not work.
Totally.
It would just be, it would literally be too dramatic for a soap opera, which is like, what? That's not a thing that happens. Yeah.
So I feel like Ugly Betty isn't that. Like, so just if you were expecting that type of vibe, it's not that extreme, but it is like, there are a lot of similar things where like everyone's sleeping with everyone, and there are like babies that are used as like plot points, and people die. Like it has those like very Jane the Virgin. Extreme.
Those things that you're saying are all very Jane the Virgin, and two like they're not the same because one came before the other. So Ugly Betty came first, and I can't imagine a universe in which the people who created Jane the Virgin didn't watch Ugly Betty.
Yeah, so if you like that, I mean, basically if you're like me and somehow missed Ugly Betty but didn't miss Jane the Virgin, like go back and enjoy it, because it's different, but it's wonderful.
Yes, definitely different. But also like the protagonists are both writers and like trying to make, so there are so many similarities.
Yeah.
They're not the same show. They're just not the same show.
Yeah.
The vibe is totally different.
Totally. Yeah. And I really like, so I feel like I started watching the show and I was like, oh, cool. These characters are like so stereotypical. Like, I could have, if you like gave me the plot of this show, I could have like placed all these characters here, but they don't stay like that. And they have like really interesting character arcs throughout the seasons that I think are great.
Which, if you want to like look for a pattern in good writing in general, whether it's a TV show, a novel, a short story, it's the character can't stay the same, or it doesn't work. Like, there has to be they can get worse, or they can get
some
better.
Of them get worse, definitely.
So it has to go in a direction, but they can't stay static for the duration of the show, or like, why am I watching this?
That's true.
Yeah.
And I really like the way that played out in all of them. Like, it's not, I don't know. I mean, I have a lot of like, I don't know if it's like baggage or hangups or what. I have a lot of like feelings about fashion, and they're not all good. And so it is cool for me to watch a show where like so many things that I thought I would hate, and so many people that I was like rolling my eyes at, become like, I really care about them. I like change my opinion about things and people, which is great as I'm watching it. Before we started recording, we were talking about like not like who we are in the show, but like characters that like, I picked a character that not that I think you're the same as her, but like I connect the two of you, and I think it's probably obvious which character I relate most to in the show.
The protagonist.
Yeah.
The main character.
Yeah, like, we're obviously very different in a lot of ways, but a lot of the like, okay, I'm in this industry, but I don't really know what I'm doing here, and I have a lot of concerns. Betty and I have a lot in common. I actually texted Liz. I just watched, I think it's in season 3. There's this moment where she is in charge of a show at Fashion Week, and it's like this really bizarre designer, and she's sort of like, I'm not the person for this. This is not what I wanted to do. And then, because she has to go through the process of getting to know the designer in order to be able to translate it to a show, she has this moment where she's like, basically this like come to Jesus moment about fashion, where she's like, oh my God, I get it. Like, it's not like as shallow as I thought it was. It's like a way to present, like, it's art. Like, it's basically like presenting the things that you're thinking about, the parts of your personality, like whatever, like things about you. It's a way to like present that to the world in a way that it can be really interesting and freeing and amazing. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I think I obviously knew all of that stuff, but I think I still get trapped in this idea of like, fashion is a waste of money, and it's a waste of time, and it's like just a way to like I still have all those like middle school hangups that are like, the way you look is not who you are, and like the things you wear are not, they don't define you, or like whatever. But that's such a weird negative.
Well, so they don't define you, and I don't think that's a good way to like think about clothes or how you dress yourself. So like, fashion doesn't have to be like shit you go out and buy, right? Like, you could take So I grew up super poor, and I think this is how I started just getting creative with the shit that I did have, because I was like, well, I don't talk to people.
Yeah,
I don't like humans.
True.
I'm very introverted. I'm super shy. But for some reason, I could like take what I had in my house, wear it in a way that nobody else would possibly think to wear it. And then that was somehow my way of like showing everybody who I was as a person without having to like talk to them. And that was super fun for me. So I just like doubled down, and I don't it's not like I have training or like I'm a model or I don't like to I spend a bit more money on clothes now just because I have a full-time job and like, what else am I working for? But I still like go to thrift stores. I still repurpose. So the other day I realized that I bought this like dress that's 2 pieces from Hello Holiday. And so the top zips up the back, but then also zips to the skirt. And so I disconnected it because the top was just too tight to fit over my boobs. Like I could not close it. But then I flipped it around and then wore it as a vest. Because I was like, I paid money for this. I'm not going to throw it out. And also, like, now this shit looks real cute. And so I wear the skirt separate and then I wear the top as a vest. But, like, I think it's about breaking rules. Like, you know, fucking wear white after Labor Day. Who the fuck cares? Like,
yeah,
who cares? Like, there are people who tell you you can't. You can. You can do whatever you want. You can wear a dress with a shirt on top of it. You can, like, wear a dress and fold the top down so that it's a skirt now. And then you can wear, like, a different shirt. Like, you can do... There are no rules, I think. And that's what makes me happy. Because
my heart is beating so fast right now. That's so stressful to me.
No, just do whatever the fuck you want. You're expressing yourself. And, you know, like, when you put on an outfit that somebody says is fashionable or stylish, or like you saw someone in a magazine wearing and it looks good on you, but you don't feel good, it ruins your whole day.
Yeah.
It ruins your whole fucking day. So like if you feel best in some sweatpants that are baggy and then a top that is also baggy, you know, they will tell you, you know, fashion is all about balance and like tight with loose. But if that's how you feel the cutest, who the fuck can tell you that's not fashion? Then it is. It just is. Just like wear whatever makes you happy. Like that's my fashion philosophy, which is why I just do whatever the fuck I want. And somehow it's worked out where people are like, oh, you're fashionable. I'm like, okay, if you say so. If you say so. But I just like, I'm making shit up because I looked in my closet and I was like, here's what will make me happy today. And then that's what I put the fuck on.
I love that so much.
Well, you can do it too.
Goal. I mean, I'm trying. I'm making like a New Year's resolution in the middle of the year. It's like a new life resolution.
Why not?
I guess.
You can make prime example. Fucking make resolutions every damn day if you want to.
Yeah. You
don't have to just do it on the first of the first day of the year.
Well, great, because that is my new. I mean, I think also warm weather is a fun time. Like fall is very fun because there are layers. Warm weather is nice because it's like there's less to think about. Like winter for me, especially living in a city, is kind of tricky because it isn't so much just like what do I want? It's like, will I survive the day if I'm wearing this? Will I freeze to death? So summer is kind of fun because I don't have to. There aren't a lot of like external factors that I have to figure in. I can kind of just wear whatever. Also, I'm like, I feel like such a dick. I'm the luckiest person in the world. Like I work alone most of the time. I can literally wear whatever I like. I have no dress code. Not only are there no rules to fashion, but there are literally no rules to like what I can wear because I'm doing my own thing. And I want to like not waste that. Like that's I'm so lucky that I can do that I want to like, basically the only thing stopping me from appreciating fashion is myself. And so I want to stopping myself from enjoying it. So, I guess all that to say, like, one, thank you, Liz, for being a fashion icon in like an accessible way where it's like you just said, it's not like you like formally studied this and like
I just know what I like. I know what I think. Not even what I look good in, what I feel good in, which is like, so I designed my own wedding dress because I was looking for something hyper specific, which is how I shop. I know exactly what I want, and then I type that into Google and like hope against hope that it shows up. Like my necklace that like for my wedding that went all the way down my back, I was like, I'm sure those exist. So I just Googled it.
Wild, man.
So then for my wedding dress, I was like looking for, I wanted it to be high-low. I wanted like high-waisted. I wanted the top to be laced, but scoop neck, which like people don't make scoop neck wedding dresses. It's all strapless. Or like that V. Right. I'm not like, I could look like a porn star on my wedding day, but that's not the vibe that I'm going for. Me specifically, like that's not my vibe. Porn star isn't my vibe. And I have porn star tits. Like I just do. I just do. Like there's nothing that can be done, but like I feel
that would be a very easy route for you to go dressing.
I know. I would just like wear a V-neck, honestly. And I was like, I don't want that. And so I realized I'm going to have to fucking make it. I'm going to have to make it. So I did. I just like, I wanted like a scoop neck. I wanted a low back. I wanted to be able to wear a real bra with like straps on it. I wanted sleeves. I wanted high-low. I wanted like 800 layers of tulle. And so I had Maggie make that for me. And then how many people asked me where I bought my dress? Everyone. Right? And like I didn't make that for anybody. I didn't make it for fashion because fashion said that no one wants to buy this. I made it for myself and now everyone wants it.
Plus, you were so smart when you were talking about the other dress that you have. You made your wedding dress in 2 pieces so that you can wear the skirt again.
Oh, yeah. I did.
Which is like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, because, you know, you just want some option. Like, I probably don't want to wear my full wedding dress ever again, but even like the top, it's a bodysuit. You could wear that with like, I could wear it with like shorts. Swear to God.
Oh my God, you're right.
I could wear it with high-waisted shorts.
Shut up.
Yeah.
You're so right.
I know. Yeah, there are no rules. Just wear whatever makes you feel happy. And clothes make me really happy.
And that was another piece of advice that you gave me that has been, honestly, this is what I did the last time I went shopping. I think this was the best advice that you could give someone who is scared or like either like doesn't like shopping or is kind of like scared to because they don't know what to do. To take an outfit that you already have that's your favorite outfit, like the one that you feel the best in, see what those pieces are, and then just buy more of that. Yeah. Like just buy the exact same thing in different colors or fabrics or the same colors and fabrics.
Here's a crazy idea, which I wish women did more of. Buy a uniform. It could be the same color. Yeah. You can wear the same fucking thing every single day and no one can tell you no. You can like be Janelle Monáe. Yeah. Like wear a tux everywhere you go and no, like men do it.
Yeah, you're right.
So why not? Like if you like black jeans and like a black shirt and then like black shoes, buy 5 different pairs of black pants of the same black shirt that you like and wear it. Do you know how much stress that takes out of your day if you don't like to dress yourself, knowing like this is the outfit that makes me happy? Why can't you wear the same thing every day?
And you're so right. So like Joey has, I think, 3 or 4 pairs of pants that he just cycles through. And then literally, like you just said, like found a t-shirt that he likes and bought 15 of them.
Yep. And guess
and they're a black t-shirt.
Nobody. So like if that's your vibe, copy and paste that shit. Oh wear it every goddamn day. Why? Like literally, why can't you? Why?
Yeah, and especially if like getting dressed in the morning is hard. Like if that is like if that is your least favorite part of your day or like a stressful part of your day, I think that is the best advice ever, where at least you know you have this like arsenal of an outfit that you love. Yeah. And you can still get creative and do something different when you want, but
you can do accessories with that outfit. You can like wear a heel or like a chunky boot instead of a flat. Like there are things you can do. For me, that would be stifling. Just because I need to just mix
because it's fun for you and being creative
so fun
is
for me.
The fun.
It makes me. It's like as happy. It makes me as happy as like baking. Like I just love it. I love it. I get so much joy out of it. The best part of my day is like I look myself in the face in the mirror and I'm like, how are we feeling today? Like, are we feeling whimsical? Are we feeling a bit more buttoned up? And then I just open my closet and like find the things that make me the happiest and then put them on, and it changes every single day. And I love it. Great. I love it. I would be so sad if I couldn't do that.
Well, and I guess that's the other thing that we've been talking about, where like fashion is different. Like it's different it's different maybe for you every day. It's different at different parts of your life. It's different for different people. Like,
yeah, your fashion does not stay the same. It doesn't. It doesn't even have to change with trends. It can change like based on who you are and like who you are becoming. And
it's also, that totally makes sense too, because like some of the outfits I'm wearing now, I'm not that different of a person. Well, that's not true. I'm a pretty different person than I was when I was 20. But also like some of these outfits, I mean, a 20-year-old who like wanted to wear them totally could. But like it is, you know, it's different. I'm a different age. I'm living in a different way. Like things about me are different that make my fashion choices make.
And you can even like say you're different now than you were, but you have a dress that you've had for 15 years. You can just wear it differently. You don't have to get a new dress. Totally. You can just wear it in a new way.
I've done that a lot with like dresses that were dresses and now are like very mini dresses, but I love like insane leggings.
Like where did all this material go? Did it like magically over time shrink each time I watched it?
I mean, in my head, yes.
Yeah, that's a tunic now. Gotta wear it with some pants.
Totally, but you're right. That works. Like,
it does.
That is fun.
It does work. It really works. You don't have to spend any extra money.
It's so great.
Yeah, mix it up, man.
And then also, like, things you can do, like, we've done some, like, clothing swaps before, or literally just, like, we've done, like, clothing swaps where a bunch of our friends get together and bring stuff and then trade. But we also, I feel like we know each other's styles now, so, like, we'll just give each other stuff sometimes, too. Yep. Like, I bought a necklace that I think is... I mean, maybe I'll change my mind and wear it. But I bought it and I was like, if this doesn't work, I'm going to give it to Liz because I think she'll love it. And like, you've given me like clothes you've bought that you're like, I'm not wearing this anymore.
So typically for me, when I give you stuff, so this is a problem I have a lot where I see stuff that's super cute that I just like won't be comfortable in and I know I won't wear it again. And it's usually because everything is made for people with smaller boobs than I have.
Yeah.
So like I see it on the model, I buy it because I think, oh, this will be cute. And then I put it on and I'm like, nope, I am black and I am curvy and I do not have B tits. Like this is not the vibe that I'm going for. And so then I usually am like, Jordan, I feel like this will be cute. This is why when I shop for you, I shopped at Lulu's because I can't wear any of that.
And that is like, that's something that I think is amazing about like your understanding of clothing is that you like know which types of things like look best on certain bodies. Like, again, not that you can't do whatever you want, but you can be like, this will look good on you. Or like, because of how tall you are, you're probably gonna like be happier if you have like shoes with more
so
to
put that into some kind of context, because I don't always tell you what's happening behind the scenes when I pick your outfits. It's not just like, because I think that any body type can wear anything they want. Like if you're like a size 16 but you love spandex, like put that shit on. Like totally. There's no rule for like what you can or cannot wear, but I'm thinking also of your personality and like
and what I
feel like you would be most comfortable in. And I think so like those pants, you were like, can I wear these? They were like palazzo pants, and like yes you could, but then I think of you walking all day, like being at cons, tripping over like the extra material at like the bottom of your, and then because you're not tall enough, you don't have enough space for that material to go, but like on the floor. And that's just not going to work. You're going to be uncomfortable. You're not going to like it. And so I say, maybe don't buy those.
Yeah. No, and I think that's great because, I mean, I think that's exactly what I think that makes a ton of sense. Whereas, like, there are no rules. If your heart is set on this, do it. No one can tell you no if you want it. But also, there are things that, like, because of what you want to get out of your outfit, some things will be easier or harder.
Yeah, it's more about how you feel and less about how you look. That's my vibe.
No, that's totally true, though, because, like, I'm walking all the time. So like me wearing pants that are hard to walk in is not, which is also why I don't wear.
Model, you're not thinking about that. You're like, well, they said it's fashion though.
Yep.
But it has to be like, I am a big proponent of like a functional fashion. And so my vibe is comfort, which seems insane because I'm always wearing crazy outfits. But like, if it doesn't feel comfortable, like if it's too, I don't like things that are too tight. Like I don't like things that are like form fitting. I love the fit and flare. Like so I can't like, so my vibe is like, above all, I want to be cute as hell. But if I'm not comfortable, then I don't want to be cute. Yeah. Like I choose comfort every single time.
Even like the fabrics have affect that too. So like it's not even necessarily what the piece of clothing is. It's like, what is it made of? Yeah. Is that going to be comfortable?
Mama needs stretch. Like, also, the good thing about clothes that stretch is you don't really outgrow them. You don't, like if you get bigger, if you get smaller, which your body fucking fluctuates. It just does. That's what human bodies do. You don't have to throw out your clothes because you bought like these one very structured like size 2 jeans when you were 18 and now you can never wear them again. Like just don't do it. Just don't do it. Let's just like set ourselves up for success and not being sad and like not having bad body image days. Because if something is stretchy, guess what? If it fits, you're still gonna feel great, even if it fits a little bit differently.
That's so true.
Yeah.
I want to just talk about. Well, I mean, so I want to just get fashion advice from you all the time, but I think
you do, don't you?
Yes, and it's so great, and I love it so much, and I'm really honestly thankful because the other thing too, I wasn't even thinking about this, but like having a friend who is supportive and honest is really great too. Like having someone that you can send a picture of an outfit where like they're not going to lie to you, but they're also not going to tell you like. They're not going to like tear you down, but they're going to be honest. I think that is like great where it's like, okay, I see what you're trying to do. You can wear this. This may make your outfit feel better. It's like, okay, great.
Wait, didn't we do that with your whole, we did that with your whole closet. You put on clothes and walked out and I was like, nope. Canceled.
It was Liz's bachelorette party, and so her and our friend Becca, who does some of the photos on the site, were in my living room, and I did like a fashion show. I was like, I need to clean out my closet, and I'm so stressed out about the idea of like keeping the wrong things, throwing away the wrong things. So I was like, I'm just going to show you everything, and they like yes, no'd my.
We both have very defined senses of style too. Like mine is very kind of like wild and whimsical and whatever I feel like doing that day. Long flowy skirts, maxi skirts, bright colors, and she is like very sleek, very modern, very like black. And so like that juxtaposition, I think you got like the best possible deal.
I did.
There are some things I would have been like, not enough character. And she was like, yeah, but look at the cut, or like, look at the cut, or like, look how sleek it is. Or you can like, so it was like a good combo.
So if you have friends like that and you are like me and really could benefit from it, like buy everyone a couple bottles of wine and see if they'll come over and help you clean your closet. Because that is so much better to do not alone, especially if that's like very hard for you to do. If it
scares you, have your friends come over.
Yeah. I mean, that's my life advice for every single thing. If this is scary, ask your friends for help. That's how I live my full life. But
I'm actually the opposite. If something's scary, I need to work through it on my own. I don't need consensus.
People are different. And
I don't need anybody's opinion to make a decision. It's actually harder for me. Like the more people who like have input, the more I'm like, okay, and stop. No. That's enough. Out of you.
That's perfect. Do the thing that works for you. If it's better for you to like take all the clothes out of your closet and like work through them on your own, do that too.
Here's an easy trick too, which is, so I work through things on my own and I work through my closet on my own, and it is very carefully curated. But here's what I do. At the end of every year, I look in my closet anything I haven't worn in a year, it goes. I donate it.
Yeah, that's really good.
It has to go. Like, no emotional attachments. And I am so emotionally attached to my clothes. A lot of them are hand-me-downs from my grandma. Like,
I know. I love how many times I've complimented things you're wearing. You're like, thanks, this is my grandma's.
Yeah,
grandma's great.
So fashionable.
Yeah.
And then when she gives me stuff, it just looks different on me because I wear it differently and we have different body types and whatever. So yeah, all my stuff is hand-me-downs from my grandma. So I feel very attached to it because of that emotional connection. Don't throw that shit out. If you're not going to wear it, it does not need to take up space in your closet.
Well, because that's stressful too. Like, I mean, it stresses me out to have things that I haven't worn because then I'm like, oh, I feel bad. I should wear this, but like I'm not going to. And then I see it and think about it.
Yes.
So,
and then it makes getting dressed easier because now you have a closet that is carefully curated. That's only shit you know you're going to put on.
Yeah.
So when you open it, like all of that extra, like maybe this, like no, maybe. Like, it was a maybe.
Just gonna say no.
Get rid of it. Yeah,
get rid of
that's the point. And I think a year is like a good baseline because then you've gone through all the seasons, so there's no more excuses left for like why you haven't. Like, oh, it's hot. Okay, but now it's winter. So
right.
And you're still not wearing it. So why don't you donate it to somebody who can use it, right?
Yeah.
That's what I do.
I think that's so great. So if you're paying attention to what's happening over at Sartorial Geek, like on the blog and stuff, I am part of my learning process is going to be trying to like contribute more to the fashion side of things. So we shall see how it goes.
It'll be great.
If it's like everything else in my life that I'm trying to learn, it will be messy at times. So like God only knows. If you see me at a convention, I'm wearing an outfit that just looks insane. You know why. It's
Here's what I will say.
To figure all of this out.
Here's what I will say. And I had this thought the other day. But in relation to like my generalized anxiety disorder, it doesn't actually matter if it's ugly when you cross the finish line. Like the point is that you cross the finish line. So like it doesn't have to be this beautiful trajectory. Like you can be like kicking and screaming and throwing up and crying. But as long as you're like, you don't even have to cross the finish line if you're headed towards it. Right? Like it can be ugly. You can be ugly on your way. You can be ugly after you get there. Like that's fine. It only matters that you're trying.
And I think that's exactly the piece that are like what I have come to terms with is like, I would rather make some mistakes and like, you know, and do this than like live my whole life being like, oh, I never really figured out how I like looking. Like, right. I don't want to never figure that out. So that's what we're doing right now. So God only knows what types of blog posts are going to come from this, but it'll be interesting, I think.
For anyone who's nervous about that, I always get final say before shit gets published. So like if I see something that's just like a no, I'll just make it private and let Jordan think that it's public.
Wait, but no, if you do that, you should like post it somewhere so everyone else can enjoy it. We'll put it in our
private,
secret.
then anyone with a link, I think, can see it.
Yeah. We'll put maybe in our secret Sartorial Geek hangout.
We could do it on Patreon.
Oh, hell yeah.
There
Liz will share all my fashion don'ts on Patreon. So come
it's like the opposite of a good benefit for donating. It's you get a negative benefit.
You get to just troll me as I am very vulnerably doing this thing. But I'm happy. I'm very, very happy about it. So if anyone feels like me and is terrified of fashion, let me know. And if you want to go on this weird journey with me, we sure can.
Well, you're going on it whether you want to or not.
I'm doing it.
No, I mean everybody's going on it.
Yeah,
we're all in it.
You can witness either way. If you want to join me, I would happily.
You can.
I'm the one who likes going through this with friends.
Or you can close your eyes and pretend like it's not happening.
Whatever feels the best to you. Yeah. And go watch Ugly Betty because it's a great show. And it literally changed my life. Which is such a funny thing. Do we have something like real to end on?
I don't know. Also, my cat is wailing.
Oh, I can't.
So can we just hold on for 1
Yeah, sure.
second? I need to go check. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. Dan, cut this out. 1 second.
So, the moral of this episode is everyone should go watch Ugly Betty.
Yes.
I will be taking some fashion risk / learning some things over the next, I don't know how long it's going to take. I guess that's a question mark.
Well,
over the next bit of time.
Your life. It takes like your full, because it's in constant flux. So
yes. So that's something that'll be happening. And then, there will be interesting things happening from Sartorial Geek. So follow.
Yeah, there's some stuff going on behind the scenes that is very exciting.
So give us a follow if you're not already. Instagram, I think, is the greatest place for that.
Yeah.
And Patreon is the second greatest place for that.
Agreed.
Yeah, Patreon is sweet. And I think, will be doing more. I am intending to put up more behind the scenes things that I haven't done so much of yet. But I think the behind the scenes over here is very strange and funny. So I'm going to start sharing more of that over on Patreon. Not for everyone, because I don't think the world is ready for that.
It's just, it gets a little messy.
Stay in Patreon.
Guys. It gets a little weird and messy. This is actually the first podcast, I think, ever that we are recording in the light of day.
I was just thinking that, like, we are not drinking right now.
I was going to say, I have coffee in my system and not a glass of wine. So if we seem low energy, that's why.
It's a different version of us this week.
It is much more professional. Not less cursing, though. I feel like I'm cursing more.
Depends on how you define professional. But, we're a little less sloppy, I think. That's pretty good.
Yes, decidedly less goofy, I would say. Which, maybe you hate that. So if you do, let us know, and we will never do this again.
Feel free to give us feedback
we love
on the version of ourselves you most enjoy hearing.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. I support that.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thanks for listening, everyone. We'll be back soon. And stay nerdy.
Yeah, stay nerdy.
And we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.